Nebuchadnezzar, episode 22. So we're going to do 11,000 population, 610 prestige on this one. So we're going to do a blank map, and I'm going to play this first part here at 4x speed so you can see kind of the setup real quick. Over in this area here, I'm just deleting a whole bunch of bushes and stuff, and I'm going to take a look and see where we can place any kind of fishing. This will be for the elites, for the villas, and there's plenty of spots over there for fishing. Over in this area, that's going to be our main port area, and then also, of course, there's a lot of farmland that can be made from some irrigation there. So what I'm going to do is just delete all the junk that's there already, and then build some roads in a crisscrossing pattern there. But that should give us a lot of farmland up there. I'm going to build some irrigation pumps, and those pumps should allow me to just finding spots where it makes sense. I'm going to connect those things up, and I'm going to bring the irrigation down to tackle the farmland there so that I can get the most out of it. There we go. So we're building up some irrigation, and I'm looking at the farms and seeing where they can go, and I should be able to get some decent farmland there out of these. There's 54, and we'll build put another worker in there. Taking a look at the different trade options here, different cities and what we have to do. We need 11 beautiful residences as well. So that's a new residence that we've never had before. So that should be interesting when we get there. But taking a look at the different ones, and so we have a couple that we can just initiate trade without any prestige. One of them requires some meat. The other one requires bread. We should be able to fulfill those fairly quickly. We'll build another pump out there and irrigate this land so that we can get another farm in over there. Put another pump in, a couple more, and then we'll just there we go. So now we have some decent farmland there, and then we're gonna put in another farm. This one will be for crops, and we'll have looks like 18, 18, and 11. That should get us enough bread right now to be able to make 36. And now if we put some more workers in there, now all of a sudden we're even up to like 49 or so. So we'll put it in a livestock farm over here so we can get our milk. And that should allow us to get a bunch of milk in. And then I want to put a warehouse here. Connect those bread makers up to the warehouse, to the milk to come in. So there's our market, and then we'll build some houses. The poor shacks, and then they'll turn into poor houses as soon as we get the milk in. But we're going to need another livestock farm in order to support this population with all the milk that we need. I'm going to build some more irrigation there. Take a look and see how much we got. All right, that should take care of. We have just about 36 there now, so we should be able to support that population without an issue. And we'll set up some of the workers here. And we'll just copy the workers. So now we've got milk and bread that are coming in. And then we have a whole bunch of people that are coming in. And we'll get these up to a standard house and get our base population going so that we can get a bunch of workers. Now let's come over here and start up our pottery industry. We got our clay, we got our pottery coming in, and then we'll ship it out over to another market over in that area. We'll get the caravan to bring it over, and then we'll manage that to make sure that it can come in. And we're going to need to put got our well in, and now we should be able to get these up to standard housing. So we need to get the meat in to start up the production of the meat so that we can get the trade going. But this is pretty much the start of it. So stick around, and I'll be right back, and I'll show you some more of this. All right, so we're back on it. And now this is at regular speed, so we'll take a look at what we've got here. So what I did is I put in the villas over here. I set up the date farms, and I set up the fish. So now we have all those at standard villas. And I put in the butchers over here so that we could bring in the meat in order to be able to kick off the trade. So let's just go ahead and do that. All right, now we can sell meat, maximum of 40 per year, and make 63 coin per meat, which is really good. So that's going to bring in, if we can get, half of that, that'll bring in about 1,200 per year. I'm down to about 4,880 coins. I've got plenty of workers that are ready to go. As you can see, I'm making just about everything enough except for pottery. I'm just shy on the pottery, so that'll have to get addressed fairly soon. But for right now, we're doing pretty good. So we've got plenty of dates and plenty of fish. So what I'm going to do is just build a few more villas here, so that we never run out of workers of the townspeople, because they're going to be the ones who are going to be making a lot of the jewelry and other stuff like that we're going to need. So I'm taking a look down here and seeing how far down I can build it, and I want to make sure that I can get another. I just can't build it right there. It just won't let me. Can't rotate it or build it either. So what I can do is just take those 3 out and build 4 new ones and start it as far over as I can. There's 1, there's 2, 3, and 4. All right. So now we have, a decent population there that's going to help us. We need 32, and we're bringing in 36. We have 4 fishing areas down there, so that should take care of that population for quite some time. We could put it in our fishing pier and even get more fish in so that we can increase that population even more so. I don't really need that irrigation going there because I'm not going to use it for any farm right there. So now we have a bunch of fish that's coming in. So yeah, we're looking pretty good. If we wanted to have another fishing pier, we could put one more right there, but it doesn't connect to the warehouse. And I could put a warehouse over there, but that's just a long way for them to walk, so I probably wouldn't even get that much fish out of it. And I think 5 probably will be enough, at least for now. I mean, 45 fish is quite a bit. So what I'll do is I'll build some more of the villas. And there we go. So now I need 40, and I'm making 45. And I've got 54 dates, and I need 40. So that should be just fine. That'll be sufficient for that population. And I'll put a little more decorative road there, just to make sure that they're not lacking for any kind of decorations. And then I'll put in some more decorations here. Just place them out about 3 apart, just to start. Just don't want to throttle these things back in any way. I want to make sure they're all over 6 for right now. And it looks like that they're all pretty much there. So that's good. Now these might need some work. Yes, those are very low. And those are going to need some more decoration to get their appeal up in that area. Let's go ahead and do that. Gotta be careful about money too. Always gotta, make sure you're not spending too much, because if you do, you'll run out of money. And that's never a good thing. So there we go. Those things are all over 6 now. And maybe the ones on the back side aren't. But we can check those out in a little bit. So taking a look at our trade, we're going to need to bring in money. So we're going to need to put a port in. And unfortunately, the port is not going to fit there. So it's going to be over in this area here. It just won't fit. And then there's one more we can put there if we have to. And of course way over there. But for now, we're going to go with the only spot, because unfortunately this is just not going to work. There's just not enough space. So we'll have to go with a port over here, which is fine, and we'll deal with that. We'll put in the road. And then we'll hook up the warehouse. And then that way we'll be able to start trading our goods from that warehouse over to the port warehouse. There we go. So now we have our port warehouse set up, and we'll build a caravan right next to it, and we'll start bringing the meat out, and we'll bring it in to that warehouse, and we'll set up the caravan. All right. Now let's go ahead and let's just sell as many as we possibly can, because we're not using it yet. So this will bring in money that we need, and that we'll continue to need. This is a mistake that is not supposed to be for carving. That is bad. And that is not the right shop there. So over here you'll notice that those new villas that I just placed. They are getting service now with their goods. That needs ivory, and that is not for meat. It is not called a carver. It is in the food area, and it's called a butcher. And there we go. So now the caravan is taking the meat out and bringing it over to the other warehouse. I'm just shy of consuming those, but you'll notice the ship comes and I'm making some money. So now my coin's able to go up, and then I'm getting a very good production here of bread, so I can go ahead and I can kick off the trade, because I'm gonna need copper. So I need to get my prestige up to 65, because the copper jewelry, of course, needs the copper, and I'm gonna need that fairly quickly. So taking a look at everything else, and here's the one with the bread. I can export copper jewelry. I'm going to need copper first. I can also export wood. I can import wood there, but the cost to import it right there is actually lower than the cost is to export it. So ultimately I could import wood and export wood, whatever excess I have, for extra money in the future. But I'm definitely going to need copper, because the copper jewelry is the next stage up for the villas. So we have some new things that we're going to build this time. We have a carpenter, and we have some wood, so that's kind of neat. We're going to be able to make furniture for the very first time, and those beautiful residences, they require it. They're going to require it. I need copper in order to be able to export copper jewelry, so my prestige needs to go up to 65 so that I can kick off trade with that city. I can export fish, but only 20 of them, so that's not too much. But it is a little bit. Every little bit helps in terms to balance out the trade, because I will be bringing in copper and I'll be bringing in wood. So in order to do that, I've got to make sure that I'm exporting enough to balance the trade. But there's the copper jewelry. So in order to raise prestige, you need to get your population to a higher level, because that it weighs it based off of a formula. And so now I'm making 27 meat, and nobody's consuming it right now. But I'm making, quite a bit of meat in order to be able to export it and make some money. And that's really what I want to do right now, is I want to, before I use it in the city, because right now I'm at 189, only 189 coins in, and here's a request for copper jewelry, and I'm not going to be able to fulfill that right now for sure. I've got 10 months basically to try to get the copper and to make enough copper jewelry for them. My prestige is still only at 43, so it's going to take some time. I may not be able to fulfill that request, but this mission is kicking off, and we got a ways to go. We do have a ways to go. So in order to get that prestige up, I could sell them beer and I could make tablets in order to get that level to rise. But I have enough, or I can get more population. I am going to need some more pottery, like I said before. I'm only one shy. And I think I can put in a worker there. And that should take care of it. That should bring it up to probably 36. Yep. And so I've got enough to sustain those in all standard houses for now. I'm going to get that prestige up to 65 so that I can kick off the trade for the copper. So I can raise those houses even further. I'm going to build another farm right there. And I noticed that, yep, there's definitely an appeal issue over there in that section. Like I said, that I'm going to need to fix. So since I have a little bit more money now, I can go ahead and I can pop in another few of these steels. And then that one's just shy of 6. So let's just put in another big obelisk over there. There we go. That should take care of it. All right, so now we're going to get our prestige up. Now it's up to 51. So we're getting closer. We have all these nice villas that are being sustained by the fish and the bread. We shouldn't be having an issue with keeping them satisfied with the basics. We don't have any fish that are in stock inside the fisheries, and then also we are getting the caravan to deliver all that fish as quickly as we can, so should be okay. Over here we're still making money on the beer that we're exporting, and our prestige is up to 52. We have 110. We can start selling pottery. If we get to 65 and we get the copper, and we can sell a little bit of fish for money. And then what we're doing right now is we're selling as much meat as we possibly can. And we have that request that's sitting there 9 months from now, which I do not think that we're going to be able to do. So we're going to need to get our trade up. Now we're up to 1,050 per year, and our prestige has gone up to 56. So we're just about $900, $850 away or so from actually, trading enough to make to get our prestige number up there just with trade. So let's just see here. We're in May and June and July. All right, so we've traded some more. Let's take a look. Our trade level is at 2,100 this year. So it might not be next year because it averages out the past 3 years. But I'm thinking that since we're doing so much, that we should be able to average it out within a year or two. I'm not worried about the rest of the population because we do have enough goods to sustain them indefinitely, actually. So that shouldn't be an issue. We're at 63 prestige. We just need 2 more. So it could be next year or the year after, depending on how much we're able to trade. But see, we're at 1,700, so we're at 17 points for the prestige there. Anyway, let's just let this run. Go throughout the year, and hopefully we'll see our ship come in and do some more trade. We're stocking up the meat over there in the warehouse. So here comes the ship. Took it all. That's great. And here comes another ship. And it's going to be able to take everything they expect, even what the new caravan brought in there. So let's see where we're at with the prestige at the end of this year. We're at 64. So we need one more. So we're at, $18.50. So we need $50 more than that as an average. And we should be able to get there. So let's sell some more. Here we go. We just sold it in May. Hopefully we can sell it again before the end of the year is out. Keep on stocking it up. Where's our other ship? Here it is, December, January. Well, our prestige just went down to 63. You didn't make it in time, so we'll need to go yet another year, and then we should be able to get our prestige up to that point. So I'm going to go ahead and prepare for that. At the same time, I'm also going to we're just going to sell a little bit more. We're going to make some more of this meat. I'm just going to try to make as much as we possibly can. Right now we're way over in terms of consumption of what we actually produce, but that's fine. We have a big warehouse there full of meat, so they're going to be able to use that right now to make it. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and set up another livestock farm so that I can actually raise some more cattle and get some more production of meat going on. Because yes, I am getting trade money in, but I'm also going to need to use it for my population sooner or later. So I just have to make sure that I have enough. And notice I just sold a whole bunch more. So I should be able to have enough prestige when the year comes up here in order to... So we only have 8. So let's go ahead and irrigate this land out a little bit more. I'm going to need to get another pump going in order to support that. So let's we're going to need to redesign this a little bit. I've got full complement of 3 workers in there. And, the prestige didn't go over 65 for this year, but I'm thinking the next year it will, because we just are going to have a bunch more meat that we're going to be able to sell. So right now we've got 56. So what I can do is I can delete a couple of these. A couple of these pastures, so that I can build this irrigation and connect it to the other one. There we go. And that gave us a little bit more, and now we'll need just to connect this one there. And then that brings us all the way out. So that helps in terms of getting us some more farmland that we can use. So that gets us to 52. I think that's about as much as we can get right now, unless we build it right through there and then get it out a little bit more. Let's see what that gives us. Well, it gets us to 53. So we've got 18, 18, and 17. We're almost there. And then we put it out there, and then now we've got 56. So We've got our full complement of workers that are able to make raise the cattle. And now we'll go ahead and we'll connect it using a road, and we'll have another hauler come in so that we can just move out that as quickly as we can, and we'll just put it over in that area so that they can consume it. So let's take a look. So we're at 53 production, 45 consumption. So we can go ahead and we can add another worker to that. So now we have a request for pottery. And so we have the copper jewelry, which we just are not going to be able to do. And then we also have the pottery. We can do the pottery though. So we probably should just go ahead and just get that done, because we don't want to get our prestige down right when we're trying to raise it here in order to get the copper in. So we'll fulfill that contract. And our current trading income per year is at $1,400. We're trying to get it up to about $2,000, $1,900 or so, so that we can get the prestige up and get our copper. So right now we've got we're trying to export 40. We're exporting 33. We're going to be able to produce over 40 now for the first time. So we should be able to actually start exporting the full amount. All those are standard villas. They're sustained. And our prestige has just gone up over 65. So that's fantastic news. We'll see you in the next episode.